New York City. I mean, you'd be surprised, and I don't know. A lot of people might agree with me, but there is still a lot of homophobia, transphobia in New York City. I mean, there's a lot of girls getting beat up and getting killed. We had personally a friend of ours got beat up in Jackson Heights, Queens, and there is a lot of homophobia and transphobia, and people think that it's very open-minded and that everybody's going crazy and nobody cares, but there is a lot.
There was a case of two Ecuadorian immigrants who were killed because they were hugging each other.
Yes,
and
yes.
that shows exactly
Yes,
what you're saying.
and I think it's been happening a lot more in New York for some reason, in New York City. And
were you born in California?
Yeah, no. I'm from Tijuana, Mexico.
Okay. Now, there is also a difference between a Latino LGBT community born in Latin America and born in the U.S. Have you noticed that difference?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was born in Tijuana, Mexico, but I came here when I was very little, so I was raised here. But there's definitely, big differences in that, especially the language barrier, that's very important, a major issue.
Do you think that also creates barriers, or we can talk about one united community?
I mean, I think, I don't know. I mean, does it create barriers? Yeah, I'm sure it does, but I look at life a little differently than most people do because I always try to, I'm not saying I live in like Disneyland and happy all the time, but I try to, sometimes I don't even notice the negativity going around, like with transphobia or with against being Latino, because, I'm always like just positive and outbeat, and that's the way I look at life. So sometimes you don't notice it when you're that way, whereas other people are like always aware of it. As soon as they walk out of their door, they're aware of it, so then they notice that a lot more.
Well, that's a very good point, and I think what you just said is very important, to keep a positive attitude and try to get over these differences and work all together.
Yeah. Definitivamente.
Definitivamente. Muchas gracias.